All right. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to give you a little bit of help here as it refers to what we're doing in 3.1 lesson 7 because I think we need a little bit extra help here. I saw a little bit struggling in class today as far as the Explore goes. So when you go to the Explore and you click this studentdesmos.com, it's going to take you to our activity that we have. And one of the biggest things that I saw, and if I click that, I can pull it up for us. Continue the activity that I was doing to show where we're at. But we had some issues with the card sort. Now I know in the card sort we might be confused as to how do we get them together, or maybe we're having issues as far as what we need to do inside of the what do you call it, our phones, because it's having some issues. If you ever get into an issue where you click and then the top part goes away and you can't see the cards you've already sorted, what you need to do is just refresh the page wherever you're at. So if you refresh the page to begin with, that's going to help you get back to where you need to go. But I wanted to help you out as far as the inverse functions here. Our goal is to match cards from set A with cards from set B that represent the inverse function. And for those of you who are fully remote and have not read through, that really just means that they are inverse functions. They're opposites. So I've got a couple here to get you started that have been matched. And for example, we can look at these two. Well, those two might be difficult. I gave that away in class. These two are inverse functions of each other. And you're going to see that logarithm, log 3x, down here on B1. And A6 is going to be y equals 3 to the x. Every single one of these is going to match 1 to 1. So 1a to 1b. Just to clear that up, because there was some confusion today as well. But that's a giveaway. I gave that one away. Let me be more specific here with this, A to B that we have. So if you click the card, it'll pop up and you can see each input value X is squared and then 3 is added to the result. The domain is given as 0 to infinity. Now, when we did this in class, we wrote this function down, and bear with me because I'm writing with a pen on a mouse. And so what we said is that this is going to equal y equals, right, each input value X is squared, so X squared, and then 3 is added to the result, so X squared plus 3. To find the inverse here, you need to switch the X and switch the Y. So the inverse is going to be equal to, now X equals Y squared plus 3. Now, when you do this, you're going to have to solve for y. So you're going to need to subtract 3 to the other side. You're going to get that x minus 3 equals y squared. And then you're going to want to square root both sides, right? And so your inverse function, which is denoted as f to the negative 1 of x, is going to be equal to now the square root of x minus 3. So that is your answer that you're going to end up getting as far as the inverse function. Now, if you notice, if I was to go back and look at my answer to this, this is just a table. So what I had to do is I had to either go into Desmos and plug this table in and see where it matched up the correct way, or what I needed to do is to plug these back into that function that we had. Let me add a Desmos tab here for us. So you can go to desmos.com, graphing calculator, and we found out that the f inverse, f to the power of negative 1, go over, of x, was equal to, now the square, you can just type SQRT and square root will come up, of x minus 3. Okay, now I guess it's not going to let me do that inverse, so I'm just going to do f of x, and now we've got our function. So if I was going back and I was going to check, there we are, this table with that graph, I can plug a table in here. If I type table it'll pull up a table, and I can plug this in. So one of the values was 30. And I can see that on my Desmos, you can see right here, 30 pops up. Then I can plug in the next one, and I believe, and we can just double check here, it was 4-1. So if I type in 4 and then 1, guess what? There it is. Now you're not going to have to check every one. The next one was 7-2, so I'm going to hit 7 and then 2, and bam. It's all on our graph, so we don't have to worry about it there. We're good to go, okay? You're going to want to do this for each one in that matching card sort. And, it's okay if you don't get everything right now. Our goal is, again, just do your best when matching these up, okay? Do your best. If you try your best, you're gonna be all right here, okay? Just let's see. Don't need that. I want to go back to my activities. I want to go back to my teacher dashboard if it's going to let me. It may not. Let's go. I'll have to change this. It's at student.desmos. There we go. Since you're working on this, I will help you out here. I will give you the answers. I'm not really worried about that. What I do want to see, I'll pull mine up to show you, is what I want to show you is that it's okay to get things wrong here. I believe these two matched up. Even though they don't look like they would, they actually do match up. You're just switching the X and the Y there. Let's see, and I'll just play those two matched up. So A4 and B8. Let's see, every A matches with one B, and I'll pull these all out in just a second. One was this one and this one. So here's all of the matched card sorts, because this was the one I believe that was giving us just the most amount of problems in class and online. And you can see what those answers are. I got no problem with that. I'm just here to help you succeed, okay? And now that I've figured out my screencastify, I will be trying to put these up for you to help you out. So there's all the matched card sorts that you can get. If you want to cross-reference them, there they are. And again, inverse just means switch your X and your Y and either solve for it, like you saw me do earlier, or flip the X and the Y in the table and go from there. A big one right here is these two, A7 and B4. Okay, if you're looking at the trends, it's very interesting because on one side they give me all of the even numbers for Y and they give me all the odd numbers for X. So you're having to find the trend between them before you can actually, figure out what's going on. So like right here, 3 to 27 is like 3 cubed. So I'm cubing everything to get those answers. And right here, I'm cube rooting in B4. That's just one example of how we did that, okay? There's all your answers. Cross-reference it. I know you're going to be doing fine. Let's keep focus. Send me any questions in Canvas or text or email if you've got questions. All right, thank you.